Welcome back to another episode of Strike's Talking Points. I'm sorry I've been reading so much, and as you can clearly see by the number of my tabs here, I've been trying to understand something as best I can before I spoke about it, if that's even possible. Over the last 24 hours, but for the week before that, we've had the Vox adpocalypse, I believe will be the title of this video, and here's just kind of where that comes from. This is from Think Progress, as well as many other stories I've kind of put together here to go over. YouTube bans extremist content but refuses to pull harassing videos targeting journalists. Now, the journalist they're referring to is Carlos Maza, who clearly stated, I write strike through at Vox.com, Marxist pig, Tucker Carlson is a white supremacist, IG gay wonk. Carlos Maza is not a journalist. He is an activist who works for Vox, who really and truly is kind of, definitely he's very much racist against a lot of white people. He is very much on the side of attack conservatives. He has been doing everything he can to undermine YouTube, creators on YouTube, anyone on the platform that disagrees with him. And he works for Vox.com, a company which has hundreds of millions of dollars in investment from outside sources. And this is where he's at. He is going after someone who actively debunks his stories, takes every one of his strike-through videos and takes them apart piece by piece, and basically laughs the whole time. Steven Crowder, I would essentially equate to a night show host. And this is where we're at. In a statement Wednesday afternoon, YouTube said that it would be demonetizing Steven Crowder's channel because of a pattern of egregious actions that has harmed the broader community. Crowder's channel, however, will remain active. Now, what I had to go look for was this little piece of terms of service. This is from Sean Jen, Skull Reclaimer, he, him. Jen is, I don't know what that means. Anyway, here's this guy here, Sean Jen, who is going after YouTube as well. Hello, YouTube team here. YouTuber here who is somewhat confused by your moderation policies. Want to help me out here. In there, we found language that was clearly hurtful. And in YouTube's policy, don't post anything on content that makes hurtful or negative personal comments, videos about another person. Well, that actually is going to remove Carlos Maza and most of Vox's content because they are openly attacking other people, calling for milkshaking, directly attacking any Fox News host, any public personality they can. And it's very difficult to get back through this because in the last, you can see that every hour on the hour there are multiple tweets about this. I mean, he's right up until 30 minutes ago. And it is just going on and on and on. Yeah, unending. And here is the overall plan. Ryan Press, I'm not really sure who this is. Time to start sending this stuff to advertisers, then start asking them why they're supporting this kind of language. Now, what they're doing is they're calling for another ad boycott of YouTube. YouTube's a platform where a lot of these people make their money, except for, like I said, Carlos works for Vox, supported by NBC and a couple other large corporations, so he'll probably get paid regardless. However, if Sean here, he's a smaller YouTuber who makes almost no channel. So he's clearly not getting his income from YouTube. However, he is ready to go after the platform as a whole and go down this role. Even European history is not white history. Well, I would say that Europeans was mostly white, but hey, whatever. make your opinion, put it out there. One of the best articles I found was actually this one. Niche Gamer. I've never heard of this site, but I went through and found it, and I kind of liked reading it. YouTube has recently updated their terms of service after an alleged incident causing another adpocalypse. The first adpocalypse was March 2017. That's where they had the weird kids videos that basically all had to be demonetized and removed. We're going to skip down to the Gizmodo article. In the videos flagged to YouTube, Crowder has not instructed his viewers to harass Mozza on YouTube or any other platform, and the main point of these videos were not to harass or threaten, but rather to respond to the opinion. These are the debunking videos to strike through. This is what he's saying. Now, Carlos Maza himself, I believe a little later, has already called milkshake them all, humiliate them at every turn, make them dread public organizing. That is Mozza encouraging any of his supporters to go out and threaten any right-wing supporters. Prevent them from gathering. Don't let them speak. Stop them. Aggressively calling out for his supporters to go out and stop people. And then you'll see things like this, Mozza and BuzzFeed. YouTube is dominated by alt-right monsters who use their platform to target, criticize, and make their lives miserable. So he's being targeted by these people. Now, I did pull up some stories on this. Here's one from Medium, where essentially the guy here, we have been misled about politically incorrect YouTube. This is by Mark Ledwich from December 18th. I'm not going to cover the whole story because he has a very long story broken down how everything works. We are going to look at a couple of the graphics though. Videos for 2018. Center, heterodox, left, and right. New media news. TV commentary. You'll notice TV commentary is left. There's a tiny bit of center. There is no right TV commentary. TV news. Center, left, tiny bit of right. YouTubers, center, huge left population, and the tiny bit on the right. Number of channels. YouTubers. They actually have more right-leaning YouTubers, however, they get fewer views. That leads kind of into the next one, which is YouTube recommendations. If you're on the right and you watch a video of someone on the right, you are likely to receive far less recommendations on the right. 2 billion received out of 2.2, so you'll see that's a 10% drop. So you lose more. Center heterodox, 2.3 billion, 2.4 billion. So they're pushing people from the right to the center to the left. Left, 5.4 billion viewed recommendations, 5.5 billion received. So they're not moving people to right-wing content. They're moving people to the middle and to the left. They're actually taking people from right-leaning content and putting them on the left each time. That's actually the breakdown he goes through in here, and talks about these different things. Powerful Joe Rogan, where he just has people on talk. Joe Rogan clearly on the left. He is a California person through and through. Daily Wire, a conservative organization led by a Orthodox Jew, which I find very funny. PragerU, Stephen Molyneux, Steven Crowder, a late night comedian. A Patriot Report, don't know what that is. Sargon, a liberal British politician. Rebel Media, clearly conservative. Owen Benjamin, another comedian, I believe. Liberty Hound, I think I know who that is, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to leave that one. And you see how 60 million received, 28 million viewed recommendations. So they cut large portions of this out. And you see the Daily Wire, which is more center, still receives a lot of views. But you'll notice there, 8.3 million viewed recommendations. They are cutting down what you're getting out of there. And as we come down here to the end, despite the calls for censorship, such as are implied in the Data and Society report, which is Data and Society report he's referring to, is where they just draw lines between anyone who's ever spoken to anyone, and they connect a white supremacist neo-Nazi with a Orthodox Jew in one turn. That's it. You cannot put those two groups together because they dislike them. Are intolerant, partisan, and extreme. Their targets include a mainstream right commentators, Joe Rogan, who is definitely very liberal, or an Orthodox Jew, very conservative, but a Jew nonetheless. Dennis Prager, a man who is running a more educational type thing, trying to let you know about what's going on in the world. I would definitely say it's conservative. And they offer no viewpoint neutral roles of what an acceptable YouTube video is. The justification offered is only if the videos are harmful, a concept that has crept so far that is almost meaningless. Indeed, the harmfulness of a video seems to be a factor of the viewer's politics more than the video itself. Interpretation. Your interpretation is what makes the video harmful, not the actual video. And they just throw any person that doesn't bow and agree with them immediately into that group. You see it with Vox. YouTube may allow hate speech if it's part of a larger argument. Yikes. Hate speech has no definition. Period. There is no definition. All you see is, lost a pinned tweet, is the hurtful argument. It hurts to hear someone disagree with me. It hurts to have someone joke. This is the point we're at. Mozza, and this is going to the Vox article, keep in mind, Vox is the company that employs Mozza. Mozza is the host of Vox YouTube series Strike Through, which analyzed news media's role in the Trump era. No. Mozza is the host of Vox's YouTube, which produces left-leaning content that critiques and chases the Trump dragon, the Trump bump. They need it for ratings. For the past 2 years, Mozza said on Twitter last week, Crowder has taken aim at him. Crowder has taken aim at Strike Through Louder with Crowder, basically debunking any and all of his videos. And if you've ever watched a Strike Through video and immediately watch anyone debunk it, you'll see that the debunkers provide citations, notifications, links. They let you know where they're getting their information from, and Strike Through and Vox, as of most of the content on the channel, doesn't. They just tell you the opinion and expect you to believe it and then move forward, on which Crowder regularly mocks Mozza for being gay and Latinx. He's a comedian and he's making jokes about content, and that's all they have. The effect, Mozza says, is Crowder's followers has harassed Mozza and invaded his privacy. Now, Mozza has openly called for doxing and has helped dox people in reality. He openly called for harassment, as we saw before, through the milkshake of people, make them afraid to come out. That's Mozza, Vox's preference, and we can go ahead and push that to the main company, which is supporting all this in BC. Mozza first detailed his concerns publicly on May 30th by saying he's going to demonetize YouTube for not taking care of someone who is mean to him, while calling for making people afraid to organize, speak out, group in public. He's calling for that, and then he's mad at it because with homophobic stereotypes, all referring to him as the gay Vox writer. Again, gay wonk, Marxist pig, Vox.com. Gay wonk writer strike through for Vox. This is literally how he describes himself. There's no switch to that. That's just how he does it himself. So, yeah, one new tweet. I don't know where it went. I don't know how Twitter works. Don't use it. I think it's a very hateful platform. Because here is someone with 100,000 followers who is openly attacking and having an effect on a place with 30 billion views in a year. Shouldn't have that much power, but that's the world we live in. YouTube responded in a series of tweets that company disagreed with Mozza's assessment of Crowder's behavior and should ban him for his actions, arguing that Crowder's language isn't harassment because it's couched in a larger political debate. Because he's debunking your opinions, not debunking you as a person. Medium article. Overall, I wanted to kind of go through this. You see this right now. This is going to be something people are going to talk about, is Alphabet stock plunging, because this adpocalypse will cost YouTube quite a bit of money. If you have channels that receive hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views, and you go through and you remove the ability for any right-leaning content to make money. You remove their ability to be advertiser friendly. I've already seen it on a couple of channels I watch, and they have already said they're being demonetized left and right. These things get 100,000 views, 1 million views, and you're demonetizing over half your platform. You're removing the ability for half your platform to be advertised on. That will severely cut YouTube's income. That will cut the advertising revenue. Even though they're doing everything they can to move people to the left, it's just not working. People disagree with that. And you're going to see this article come up where they're going to talk about that. I want to show you here. This is the one day where you see a drop. I will show you how it really doesn't matter. 5 days. Oh, look, that is a big drop. And it's just been going down since this whole thing broke. Because right about here, Friday, May 30, 10 a.m., that's when this started, to my knowledge, on May 30th, May 31st. On Monday, you see the stock drop, and then you're seeing it drop down this whole week. However, when you look at it a month, oh, still a downward trend. 6 months, oh, no, it's going down. Year to date, 1 year, 5 year. You'll notice across the 5-year board, Google is still worth it. You see an overall increase through here, and this is when you see a lot of this come up. Even the initial adpocalypse didn't truly hit Google that much. However, I'm not 100% sure how it's going to affect if they demonetize half the platform. YouTube going to trending, high school dropouts, Pokemon, Nintendo, surprising music videos. We're just going to put up real quick right there, news. CBS, 160 views an hour ago. CBS, 6,000 views. I'm a subscriber to CBS on here. I actually do watch some of their videos. ESPN, 5,000 views. 81 views for Time. CBS, 544 views. I covered a story on this, 286,000 views. That's a big story. From CNN, that's actually ranking up there with their average hourly viewership. 16,000 views, 7,000 views. You see here what you're looking at? Business Today, E! News, VOA News, Engadget Mobile, 9 News Australia, ESPN. This is what you're seeing. Now, I'm going to type in, you see there, TIM. We're going to look up just this guy. Most of those larger things you see have millions of subscribers, 1 million plus. Now, I tend to watch most of his stuff, which is why you'll see the watch lines, at least on most of them. I haven't watched the Subverse or the Straight Pride stuff. 15 hours ago, 136,000 views. 19 minutes ago, 8,000 views. That beats almost every CBS video on the platform. He is not in trending. They've been up for an hour, 20 minutes. He's beat them. Been up since last night. Beat them. ESPN beat it. Stop. They're ahead of him. Beat it. It's insane that that's what YouTube is doing. And Tim is, as he stated himself, YouTube really likes him. They're really trying to promote his content. They're trying to get him out there. But this is what you see is channels. CBS, I watch them. That's easy to go through and debunk their videos because they do have a very particular bias. Time Magazine, I didn't know such a thing existed. 81 views. They're probably not going to make it that much further. CNN, I'm sure they're covering that as a very biased thing, which honestly I've seen that story. Virginia Beach shooter, VOA, CBS News, delivery drones. Yeah. And then you have poor little Timcast there. Google fired conservative for calling out leftist something. Can't see what it says. Leftist outrage mobs. There you go. Please let me know what you think. Like I said, overall, I think that an activist calling out a commentator who debunks him is very strange. I don't know. I'm probably going to start going through this this channel here. Niche Gamer, if never heard of it. I like gaming, so some games. So I'm going to check it out. See if they've got any other good stuff going on. But you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to dislike, share, don't share, whatever. This is just me kind of getting my voice out there. Thank you all and hope you have a wonderful day.